Outside of quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo and edge rusher Chandler Jones, who played for them before, the new regime doesn't really like to spend big in free agency. They bargain basement shop for ascending players that aren't big names yet but can develop into big-time contributors. Of course, those guys can either hit or miss, and if they miss, they can move right along from them. Even the big contracts the new regime signed, with the exception of Jones, have outs in them after 1 year. See former Raiders quarterback Derek Carr's contract from last year and current Raiders quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo's contract this year. Another one of those unknown players the Raiders got this offseason is corner Duke Shelley. I still want the Las Vegas Raiders to re-sign Rocky Alcine and draft someone at corner, but we'll see about all that. If you look at all his Pro Football Focus stats and grades, Shelby played very well in 2022, but his 5-start sample size is too small to come to any conclusions. So I got into his tape to see what type of traits he has and if he can help the Raiders, and this is what I came up with. First, the bad. Shelley isn't much of a press man corner, and he doesn't have a ton of makeup speed. And that combination betrays him on this rep. He also doesn't have a ton of length, so he's going to struggle to poke that ball out at times. Shelley is mainly an off-man corner, but sometimes his coverage is too lax. That lack of speed betrays him going down the field and across the field. Unless you have crazy speed and or crazy route recognition, you're going to give up a lot of catches in off-man. One thing Shelley has that's really good is the ability to play the ball through the receiver's hands. That allows him to stay with receivers going deep. It also enables him to disrupt the catch point on fades. It's much easier for defensive backs to stay in good position when they don't have to worry about looking back for the ball. When he feels comfortable running with this guy, he does look back for the ball. Of course, you want to see him look back for the ball a lot of the times because that's where you get interceptions. And this is the one he had this year, looking back for the ball. Shelley also has good mirroring and change of direction skills. He's right on top of that one. He's going to show good route recognition here. He almost came up with it too. Here he's going to see the slant coming and get a good break on it. Again, he's not much of a bump and run guy. He just mirrors this guy here. Now he's backing off, man, and he sees this route coming all the way. Here he's off again, and he's going to stay pretty tight to his man. And the denial. At 5'9", 180 pounds, Shelley's a small guy, but he's a good tackler. Receiver screens don't usually get far on his side. Here he's going to find his way past the blocker and go in low and make the play. He's the kind of open field tackler you need in your secondary. Here he's going to prevent a first down and get his defense off the field. Shelley only missed 10% of his tackles this season. That's really good for a corner. Any concerns you may have about his size don't apply to his tackling. When you look at his numbers, you think Shelley's the type of ascending talent the Raiders need at corner right now. In man coverage this year, he's only given up 40% of his targets with no touchdowns. He was a good tackler too, missing on only 10% of his attempts. But all that was over 10 games and 5 starts, a sample size that's much too small. One big question I have about him is his fit. The Raiders love to run press man, and he's not a press man corner, he's an off man corner. I'm sure the Raiders will address the corner position in the draft at some point too, so we'll see how this goes. Thank you for watching, see you next time.